Welcome back to Malonze Productions. So I just saw that Turtle WoW has posted their final changelog for patch 1.16.1, which is going to be their class changes. This is, they say it's the final changelog. That means it must be coming up soon. As far as I've seen, I've not seen any dates of when it's supposed to come out. They say they're still ironing out a few bugs, but for now we at least have something to look at. Woo, look at all this. So I'm going to go through all of it, and at the corner of the screen over here, I'm going to be posting the class like sigils or whatever, so you can just keep scrolling or keep skipping until you see your class sigil if you're only interested in a specific class, or you can watch the whole video. I don't care. So, but first we're gonna read this post right here. So it says, greetings, amazing community. Since the start of Turtle WoW, our mission has always been to provide a unique vanilla experience by either picking up where Blizzard left off, or in this case, altering or enhancing certain existing aspects of the game to uphold current standards. Since Turtle's earliest days, we've seen and heard players suggest class changes with all differing opinions and viewpoints. Each and every of these have been taken into account, and we all wish to thank you for your passion and insights. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for your patience and the feedback you've been giving since the first iteration of the changelog. We're as excited as you are for the release, but there are still a few bugs that need ironing out. And even though it's close to being finished, the release date is still not fully clear yet. Okay, so there's my answer. So yeah, there is no release date just yet, but I'm assuming it's close considering this is the final changelog. We want to welcome you all and discuss and give constructive feedback on any changes that we make in the final iteration of the list. Okay, so first we're going to go over Druid. So let's see. The vanilla design of the Druid is infamous for being pretty unfinished. Its mechanics weren't fully realized until well into the first expansion. Because of this, there's a lot of freedom on how to improve the class while sticking to the vanilla feeling. That said, simply attempting to recreate the Druid of later expansions is a cop-out, but we feel incorporating some iconic fan-favorite abilities would be a good idea. Okay, so changes to the baseline spells. Okay, so Claw now deals Claw now also deals 100% of weapon damage in addition to its current damage. Note, this value is calculated on the invisible claw weapon Druid forms get when shapeshifting, does not correspond with your normal weapon. Okay? Frenzied Regeneration now also heals for 1% of your stamina. Oh, that's pretty nice. Insect Swarm is now a balance spell and available to all druids starting at level 20. Insect Swarm, I think that's just like a dot ability. I can't remember, I think that was just a dot ability. That's nice. Fairy Fire for Feral is now available to all druids starting at level 30. Now here's some new abilities. Owlkin Frenzy, learned at level 60 and requires Moonkin form. It's a passive ability. Attacks done to you while in Moonkin form have a 15% chance to cause you to go into a frenzy, causing you to be immune to pushback while casting balance spells in the last 10 seconds. That'd be amazing for PvP, especially in battlegrounds and stuff like that. Savage Bite, learned at level 54 and requires bear form. Okay, I was gonna say, we were just talking about that. I was like, wait, biting for a bear? Or I mean, for an owlkin? Anyway, so Savage Bite, learned at 54, requires bear form, 30 rage, and it's a 6-second cooldown. Savagely bites the target, dealing normal damage plus 61. Okay, so it's just a standard ability. It's just a normal standing ability, but it's more of a damage dealing ability rather than an aggro gaining one from bear form. I think that's fine because I think bear only has like a few abilities because it's not really meant to fight. It's got a few fighting abilities and that's pretty much it. It kind of sucks, but okay, yeah, more fighting abilities. That's pretty good. Okay, so talent changes. So for balance, natural weapons now 3 ranks down from 5. Increases the damage you deal with physical in all forms 7, 10, and 10%, that's for each of the 3 ranks, and increases your chance to hit with melee attacks and spells by 1, 2, and 3%. Nature's Grace. I guess they, like, buffed it a little bit, but took it down a couple of ranks. I don't know. Anyways, Nature's Grace. All spell criticals grace you now with a... All spell criticals grace you with a blessing of nature, reducing the casting time and global cooldown of your next spell by half a second. Moonkin form. Transform... Oh, I guess they're changing it? I was gonna say, that's... Moonkin form. Transform the Druid into a Moonkin. While in this form, the armor contribution from items increased by 360%. The mana cost of your Moonfire, Starfire, and Wrath spells are reduced by 20%, and all party members within 30 yards have their spell critical chance increased by 3%. The Moonkin can only cast balance spells, Innervate, and remove curse while shapeshift. Okay, so yeah, that's they buffed Moonkin form a lot, it looks like. Omen of Clarity imbues the Druid with natural energy. Each of the Druid's melee attacks and direct damage spell casts have a chance of causing the caster to enter a clear casting state. The clear casting state reduces the mana, rage, or energy cost of your next damage or healing spell or offensive ability by 100%, and it lasts 10 minutes. Really? Wow. Okay. The next one is for Feral. Primal Fury and Blood Frenzy have had their existing effects combined into Primal Fury. It gives you a 50 and 100% chance to gain an additional 5 rage anytime you get a critical strike while in bear form and dire bear form, and your critical strikes from cat form abilities add to the combo points or have a 50 or 100% chance to add an additional combo point. Now, the 50 and 100% chance, that's for, rank 1, rank 2 of the talent points. Okay, so reduce the ranks of Thick Hide from 5 to 3. Increases your armor contribution from items from 4 to 7 to 10% respectively. Feral Instinct reduced from 5 to 3 ranks, increases the threat caused in bear. So I wonder if it's reducing ranks, does that mean we're gonna have additional talent points to spend in other places? Huh. Or are they? I don't really expect them to remove talent points, but that'd be cool. That means we could put more points into different stuff and be more of a hybrid if we wanted to. Anyway, Feral Instinct reduced from 5 to 3, increases the threat caused in bear form and dire bear form by 5, 10, and 15%, and reduces the chance enemies have to detect you while prowling. That's cool. A new talent, Blood Frenzy, in row 4 in its 2 ranks. Increases the duration of Tiger's Fury by 3 and 6 seconds, and your enrage is now instantly restores 5 and 10 rage. When I say or, if I say or, that means it's like the different ranks. You're probably getting that if you're, reading this, but I'm just saying for anyone listening that you know what I'm talking about. In addition, increases attack speed by 6 or 12% when either effect is active. New talent, Berserk, in row 5, for a 6-minute cooldown. Removes all fear effects, increases your energy regeneration by 100% while in cat form, and increases your total health by 20%. While in bear form, the after effect ends, health is lost. Effect lasts 20 seconds. Okay, so there is a downside to it too. It's like an oh shit, have to use it kind of thing. And now for Restoration, Swift Mend has moved from row 7 to row 3 talent, replacing Insect Swarm. Tranquil Spirit is no longer a prerequisite for row 7, a major talent. Oh, for the row 7 major talent. Okay. Improved Regeneration is now a prerequisite talent for improved regrowth, which makes sense. Improved Enrage has been moved from the Restoration tree and has now been integrated into the new talent Blood Frenzy. into the new talent, Blood Frenzy. Huh. Subtlety. Now reduces the threat generation from balance spells. That's always good. Reduces the threat generation by your healing and balance spells by 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20%. That's always good. New talent, Tree of Life form for row 7. Shapeshift into Tree of Life. While in this form, your healing is increased by 15% of your total spirit for all party members within 30 yards. Your movement speed is reduced by 20%, and you can only cast Swift Mend, Intervate, Nature Swiftness, Rebirth, Barkskin, Poison removing, and healing over time spells, but the mana cost is reduced by 20%. The act of shapeshifting frees the caster from polymorph. Okay, that's already, Wow. Okay, that's a lot. We're like 10 minutes in. Alright, so next we have class changes for Hunter. That's my class, baby. Alright, so let's see how badly they fucked us up. The Hunter's main problem in vanilla comes down to 2 issues. DPS does not scale well with their gear, and so they tend to not be competitive in endgame stages. I beg to differ. I mean, you're not going to see like a whole raid full of hunters, but there's always a couple of hunters because they do pretty good damage if they know what they're doing. And their pets are particularly fragile in a raid setting. That is true. Often leading to them not being used. Burning Crusade fixed these problems at the same time with pet scaling, kill command, steady shot abilities, leading to them becoming massively overpowered. Avoiding this, while also addressing their vanilla issues, can be done by not giving them all 3 at once. So new abilities, we now have True Shot, a precise shot with a range ability that strikes the target for X damage. The cooldown of this ability is equal to the attack speed of your ranged weapon. Huh, that's interesting. So rank 1, we get 10 additional damage, learned at level 36. At level 42, we get rank 2 for 20 additional damage. Level 48, we get rank 3 for 30 additional damage. Level 54, we get 40 additional damage. And at level 60, we get 50 additional damage for rank 5. Aspect of the Wolf. Ooh, learned at level 30. It's toggled on and off, okay. The Hunter takes on the aspect of a wolf, increasing melee attack power by 155 and disabling the use of ranged attacks. Only one aspect can be active at a time. So it's basically adding in a melee hunter, so you don't have to range, you can melee hunter like survival in retail. That's fine, and you can toggle it on and off, which is always good. One thing that Revelation WoW did is they made it so it's a talent point and it's permanent and you cannot toggle it on and off. I want it to be toggled because maybe I want to go in and hit him a couple times with my axe, toggle it off back to Aspect of the Hawk, jump back and keep firing. It really depends on the situation, so that's good that it can be toggled off. Avoidance, now learned at level 50, reduces the damage your pet takes from area of effect attacks by 50%. That's good, I like that. Really, only one talent change. Improved Eyes of the Beast. Increases the duration of Eyes of the Beast by 30 and 60 seconds. While channeling this ability, your tame pet deals 5 to 10 additional damage and increases the focus generation by... Now that doesn't make sense. Why did they change that, Eyes of the Beast? Because no one actually uses it for DPSing unless they're just playing around, you know what I mean? So why give it a buff when no one uses it? And there's no need to use it. Alright, so mages only have a few changes, it looks like. There isn't much to improve for the Fire and Frost mage specs in vanilla. I think Fire could use an overall buff. I mean, it's still not going to be useful in Molten Core because of the resistances, but I mean, Fire overall I think can be buffed. Frost is pretty good, and Arcane is usually where everyone goes. Anyway, they are tightly designed and synergize well with other mages very well. That said, Arcane falls far behind, having an opportunity to fill its own niche and the possibility of encouraging elemental mage playstyle. Let's see, changes to the baseline spells. Arcane Missiles, spell power scaling coefficient has been increased from 0.24 to 0.286. Talent changes for Arcane. So it looks like they're only changing Arcane. Arcane. Improved Arcane Explosion over Arcane Impact. Increases the critical strike chance of your Arcane Explosion and Arcane Missile spell by 2, 4, and 6 respectively for the different, ranks. A new talent, Arcane Potency for row 4. Increases the critical strike damage bonus of your arcane spells by 18, 36, and 50. Requires Arcane Mind as a prerequisite talent. Okay, and then new talent, Brilliance Aura. Gives mana regeneration to party members equal to 15% of the mage's mana regeneration within 30 yards. Lasts 30 minutes. Requires Arcane Potency as a prerequisite talent. Okay, cool. So that's basically a buff you can give to players that gives them mana regeneration. That'd be pretty good for pretty much everyone. Well, except warriors and rogues. Class changes for the Paladin. Let's see. Ooh, they are getting a lot. Alright, so let's be frank. The only good thing about Paladin that it can do in vanilla is heal. Sure, with the right setup, you could do decent tanking or decent DPS, but it doesn't overall quite come together. A lot of the potential and uniqueness to the class has always attracted people, but that was progressively lost over time in retail post-vanilla. We believe that there is a lot of opportunity to help with the Paladin perform more than just healing adequately without making them too powerful or warrior light. Alright, so changes to the baseline spells. Concentration is no longer a talent and is now available for all paladins starting at level 20. Okay, so it's basically moving to like a normal ability instead of just a talent. Judgment of Righteousness scaling coefficient has been increased from 0.5 to 0.7 to 8. Retribution Aura scaling coefficient now has been added, and then they added the 0.033. Holy Strike cooldown is increased from 8 seconds to 10 seconds. That seems like a debuff. Anyway, so, new abilities. Crusader Strike. I know everybody's been asking for Crusader Strike. Okay, so, strike that causes X damage and increases the holy damage taken by the target up to Y per Crusader Strike. Can be applied 5 times, last 30 seconds. And they have all the ranks right here if you want to read them. I know I was reading them out for like the Druid and the Hunter, but I think I'm going to skip that to help with time. So it's all right here. You can pause the video if you wouldn't like to read that. Okay, talent changes. For Holy, Healing Light row 3. Increases the amount of healing by your Holy Light, Flash of Light, and the effectiveness of Holy Shock spells by 4, 8, and 12%. Holy Shock rework. Values are now for rank 3. Holy values are for rank 3. So I guess they're only reworking rank 3 of that. Cooldown reduced from 30 seconds to 20 seconds. Mana cost increase from 325 to 485. Healing increased from 365 to 628. Damage increased from 365 to 496. Okay, Lasting Judgment, row 5, has been removed. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I'm not a paladin. Fuck you, Alliance. For Protection Paladins. Now, Redoubt has now a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10% chance to activate off any interact. That's by all the different, like, ranks. Precision increases your chance to hit with melee spells by 1, 2, and 3% chance. Blessing of Kings has been moved from row 3 to the... has been moved from row 3 of the Protection talent tree to row 3 of Retribution. Okay, so Blessing of Kings is now Retribution and not in Protection. That's what it means to say. Shield Specialization increases the amount of damage absorbed by your shield by 10, 20, and 30% chance, and has a 33, 66, and 100% chance to restore 1% of mana when a block occurs. This effect cannot occur more than once every second. Improved Concentration Aura has been moved from the row 4 of the Protection talent to row 5 of the Holy talent. Okay, new talent. Improved Seal of Justice, row 4. Increases the chance of your Seal of Justice will stun the opponent by 22, 33, and 67. That's an odd number. Why not 66? 22, 33, make it 66. Why is it 67? I'm sorry, that's my OCD. Of your judgment and of justice has a 33, 66, and 100% chance to taunt your target. To attack you, but has no effect if the target is already attacking you. Blessing of Sanctuary has been moved from row 5 to row 3 of the protection tree. Holy Shield moved from row 7 to row 5. New talent, Ardent Defender from row 7. You have less than 35% health. When you have less than 35% health, all damage is taken. All damage taken is reduced by 25%. Huh. Okay. Cool. Retribution. Seal of Command has been moved from row 3 to row 5. Sanctity Aura has been moved from row 5 to the Retribution talent tree to the row 3 of Holy talent tree. Blessing of Kings, Greater Blessing of Kings. Mana cost has been adjusted from 150 mana to 15% of your base mana. New talent, Sanctified Command from row 5. Gives your self-heal command 45 or 90% chance to resist dispel effects, and your judgment of command will restore mana equal to your to 10 or 20% of the base mana cost of the Seal of Command to you and your nearby party members. Requires Seal of Command as a prerequisite talent. Okay, cool. Now we're going to be moving on to the priests. Let's see. Wow, they got a lot as well. Let me scroll down a little bit. Oh, there's not a lot to rogue. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so Shadow Priests are notorious for being good, but also not. Their mana economy is horrendous and comes with several downsides. Other DPS and caster hybrids don't have a workaround. The challenge for Shadow is to boost its utility and mana economy without increasing their power, as their damage per second is actually good already. So it's basically going to help with your mana use, not so much your damage, because damage is good. You just run out of mana real fast. So let's see. Changes to your baseline spells. Holy Fire initial damage component scaling has been adjusted from 75 to 85. 0.75 to 0.85. Divine Spirit row 5 is now a baseline for all priests starting at level 30. Lightwell row 7 has been made a baseline and is now available for all priests starting at level 40. New abilities, new passive, improved shadow form, learned at level 60, passive. Reduces the mana cost of your shadow spells by 15% and allows 15% of your mana regeneration to continue while casting in shadow form. New ability, Pain Spike, my bad, oh my gosh, I'm having a stroke right here on camera. New ability, Pain Strike, learned at level 60, 15-second cooldown. That's how much the mana cost is. Causes 333 to 377 shadow damage instantly, but the damage caused will begin healing itself over 5 seconds after landing. Requires shadow form. New ability, Shadow Mend. I believe that was that was introduced later on in WoW. Attained via class quest at level 60. Heal the friendly target for 500 to 600. This spell generates reduced threat. What? This spell generates reduced threat. Huh. Requires shadow form. Talent changes for Shadow. Improved Vampiric Touch has been renamed to Vampiric Embrace. Increases the percent healed by Vampiric Embrace by an additional 5 or 10%, and your Vampiric Embrace now causes all party members to gain mana equal to 1 or 2% of the shadow spell damage you deal. For Holy Nova damage component scaling has been adjusted from 0.107 to 0.161. New talent, Holy Champion for row 7. Allows you to choose another player as your Holy Champion, granting you several unique abilities. I guess that's all these right here. You can go ahead and read all that yourself. I'm not going to read all that, because that's all the different stuff for Proclaimed Champion. Or Holy Champion, rather. Proclaimed Champion, Champion's Grace, Champion's Bond, Empower Champion, Champion's Resolve, and Revive Champion. So that's all the different stuff that you can choose to do to another player. Huh. Okay, and for discipline, you get one new talent called Reflective Shields. Causes 15% of the damage absorbed by your power word shield to reflect back to the attacker. Ooh, I like that. This damage causes no threat, requires improved power word shield. I like that. Yeah, send the damage back to you, motherfucker. Okay, now we're moving on to Rogue. Not to say for rogues, if anything, combat being the only viable talent spec in PvE all the way to late AQ40 Nax is unfortunate. Debuff cap limits and some new abilities add to their toolkit without majority changing the way for class function is something we believe rogue players are looking for. Now they have new abilities. Detection. Detect hidden traps will be easier. New abilities for detection. Hidden traps will be easier to spot for 5 seconds. I could have sworn they already had that, because wasn't there like a quest where you had to go to Ravenhole and there's like a hidden trap and you detect it? I thought they already had that. Maybe it's like an improved detection. Anyway, surprise attack, a strike that deals 90% of weapon damage. This cannot be blocked, dodged, or parried and awards 1 combo point. Ooh, I like that. Agitating Poisoned, learned at level 60. Oof. Coats a weapon with poison that lasts 30 minutes. Each strike has a 20% chance of dealing poison to the enemy, which instantly inflicts 67 to 85 nature damage and causes additional threat. Rogue tanks confirmed. Oh. Rogue tanks confirmed. Let's see. Flourish. A finishing move that increases your chance to parry. Oh, yes. Rogue tanks confirmed. And then, here's all the points right here if you wish to stop and read that. Let's see. Combat. Dagger specialization and fist weapon specialization have been combined to close quarters combat. Increases your chance to get a critical strike with daggers and fist weapons. New talent. Throwing weapon specialization. Increases the range of your throwing weapons by 3 and 6 yards. And subtlety. Improved sap. Gives you a 50 and 100% chance to return to stealth mode after using your sap ability. That's pretty good. I like that. Alright, so let's see. Wow, we're almost done. We got 3 more classes, but there's a lot for Shaman. And for all the other classes, too. Alright, so, Shaman. Elemental and Enhancement both have struggles in PvE and can be addressed somewhat easily. Restoration is pretty solid in vanilla, but its talent tree leaves a lot to be desired. Something to keep in mind for the future. So you have new abilities. Calm the Elements. Calms the target, reducing the range at which it will attack you by 10 yards. And only affects elemental targets level 70 or lower. Level 70 or lower. Water Shield, learned at level 60. Caster is surrounded by 3 globes of water. When a spell, melee, or range attack hits the caster, 83 mana is restored to the caster. This expends 1 water globe. Only 1 globe will be active every few seconds, lasts 10 minutes. Only 1 elemental shield can be active on a shaman at any time. Then you have Earth Shield, learned at level 60. The caster is surrounded with an earthen shield, giving 30% chance of ignoring spell interruption when damaged, and causing the attacks to heal the shielded target for 150. That's pretty good. That's for tanking, obviously. Totemic. Returns your totems to the earth, giving you 25% mana required to cast each totem destroyed by Totemic Call. Okay, and let's see. New Shaman racial spells. For Orc, you get Feral Spirit. Summons 2 Spirit Wolves under the command of the Shaman for 20 seconds. For Tauren, you get Spirit Link. Links the spirits of an ally with 3 closest allies within 15 yards of each other. When linked targets take damage, 10% is distributed among the other linked allies. And for Troll, Hex transforms the enemies into a frog that cannot cast. Oh, that's actually pretty good. So these are all spells they've had in retail, but they've been, instead of all of them, they are ratio. That means it's actually beneficial to have multiple types of shamans in your raid. And it also adds a little bit of flair to your dungeons, because you could either have more damage, you can have reduced damage, like damage dealt, reduced damage taken, or you can have a CC depending on what type of race the shaman is. That's pretty good. Changes to baseline spells. New rank 2 Storm Strike added, learnable at level 60. Differences from rank 1 is 12 seconds as opposed to 20 seconds of rank 1. That's pretty good. Talent changes. Let's see, you got a lot for enhancement and then a little bit for elemental. So enhancement, two-handed weapons and parry are now a baseline for all shamans and trainable at level 20. New talent, Thunderhead, allows your lightning shield to be cast on allies and reduces its mana cost by 20%. That's actually pretty cool. Storm Strike has been moved from row 7 to row 5. New talent, Bloodlust. Oh, yes. Finally. Because we didn't have Bloodlust in vanilla. That came, I think, in BC, I believe. So now we can actually Bloodlust. That's actually pretty good. Increases melee... Well, we all know what Bloodlust is. I'm not going to read that out. New talent, Spirit Armor. Increases the armor gained from shields by 10, 20, and 30% chance. Toughness and Anticipation have been combined into one talent, Ancestral Guidance, in row 3. Increases your armor value and items by 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10%, and dodge by an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%. And then for Elemental, you have Elemental Focus for row 3, changed after landing a critical strike with Fire, Frost, or Nature damage spells, you enter a clear casting state. The clear casting state reduces the mana cost of your next 2 damage spells by 40%. Flame Shock. Additional damage dealt increase and mana cost decrease. Example, rank 6, mana cost is from 450 to 410. Initial damage is 292 to 309. Alright, and we have 2 more classes to go. And let's see, we're about a half hour in. Nice. Alright, so class changes for Warlock. PvE is the only area where Warlock has an issue. They're boring. A class with as much cool stuff in its cool kit should not be limited to just spamming Shadow Bolt exclusively. Debuff cap discussion aside, there are definitely ways to expand the class fantasy of the Warlock in addition to addressing its singular issue. Alright? So let's see. Changes to baseline. Voidwalker's Torment now deals a very small amount of shadow damage. And there's the ranks right there if you want to stop and read it. New abilities. New ability, Mana Funnel. Transfers mana from the caster to the pet every second. Okay, and then here's the ranks if you want to stop and read that. New ability, Demon Portal. Ooh, learned via Hidden Grimoire at level 60. Opens a portal into the Twisting Nether and summons a Felguard under the command of the caster for 5 minutes. Once control is lost, the Felguard must be enslaved to maintain control. Requires the caster and 2 additional party members to complete the ritual. In order to participate, all players must right-click the portal and not move until the ritual is complete. That is awesome and certainly feeds into the roleplay of it. Avoidance, learned at level 50, is a pet passive. Reduces the damage of your pets taken by area effect. That's the same as the hunters. Okay. Let's see. Talent changes for Affliction. Improved Drain Life and Improved Drain Mana have been combined into one talent, Soul Siphon. Increases the health drained by your Drain Life by 5 and 10%, and causes 15 or 30% of the mana drained by your Drain Mana spell to damage the opponent. Demonology. Improved Enslaved Demon. Reduces 2 ranks down from 5. Oh, nice. Reduces the attack speed and casting speed penalty of your enslaved demon by 10 and 20%. Reduces the resist chance by 10 and 20%. The casting time is 0.5 and 1 second. That's always nice. That means that's less talent points there and more spent elsewhere. That's always nice. Soul Link and Health Funnel will now work with enslaved demons. Alright, that's pretty good. Improved Healthstone, Improved Firestone, and Improved Spellstone have all been combined into one talent, Master Conjurer, Row 2. Ooh, and Row 2, that's actually pretty early on. Increases the amount of health restored by Healthstone by 10 and 20%. Increases bonuses affected by your Firestones and Spellstones by 15 and 30%. Now you have Inferno, cooldown reduced from 1 hour to 20 minutes. That's pretty nice. And now can be used indoors. Fell Intellect has been reduced from 5 ranks to 3 ranks. Let's see. Increases the maximum mana of all of your pets by 5, 10, and 15%. Fell Stamina has been reduced from 5 to 3 ranks. Increases the maximum health of your Imp, Voidwalker, and Succubus Fellhound by 5, 10, and 15. Now for Destruction, you have 2 new things. Let's see. You have Intensity, gives you a 70% chance to resist interruption caused by damage while casting or channeling any destruction or fire spells. Or destruction fire spells, rather. Pyroclasm. What the fuck is that? Pyroclasm gives your Rain of Fire, Hellfire, Conflagrate, and Soulfire spells a 25% chance to stun the target for 3 seconds. Nice. Alright, and we are now to the final and last, and certainly not least except for leveling class. The Warrior. Warrior in vanilla is overpowered, just straight up too powerful for the game. That being said, this means any change made to the class must be down 1 or 2 things only. Either optimize what doesn't work and should for the class, or improve on suboptimal playstyles and allow for more options to the player. The changes proposed in a coming patch will attempt to stick to those guidelines. Baseline spell. Thunderclap can now be used in defensive stance. Oh, that's nice. I like that. New abilities. New ability, Intervene. Let's see. Requires defensive stance. Acquired via class quest at level 50. Run at high speed towards a party member, intercepting the next melee or ranged attack made against them. Notes, shares a cooldown with intercept. I think that was in retail, so they're actually adding that ability here. See, new ability, Decisive Strike, my bad. New ability, Decisive Strike. Focus an attack equal to slam to an opponent can be cast while moving and will not suffer cast time pushback when taking damage. That's nice. Let's see. A new passive, Dive of the Sword. Acquired via class quest at level 30. Increases your chance to parry by 20% while under the effect of retaliation. Now we got some arms changes, it looks like. Improved Thunderclap. Reduces the cost of your Thunderclap ability by 1, 2, or 4 range points, and increases the damage by 40, 70, or 100%. Polearm Specialization. Ooh. Has been combined into Axe Specialization. Ooh. And renamed Poleaxe Specialization. New talent, Improved Disciplines. Reduces the cooldown of your Retaliation, Recklessness, my bad, and Shield Wall abilities by 2, 4, and 6 minutes. That's pretty nice. I like that. Protection, Improved Shield Block. Has been reduced from 3 ranks down to 1 rank. Allows your Shield Block ability to block an additional attack and increases the duration by 1 second. Whew, there we go. That's all of the class changes for the new patch of Turtle WoW coming up. When? No idea. But a lot of these class changes looks like they're reducing the ranks by a lot of the abilities. So it looks like we're going to have extra talent points to spend. That's always very nice. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Tell me what class you play, and if any of these changes affect you in a positive, negative, or neutral way. I know for hunters, it doesn't look, other than adding melee hunter and true shot, we're pretty much cucked. We didn't really get anything new other than True Shot, which is, it's okay. And then Aspect of the Wolf, which I really like. I played Mage for a while, but I only got to level 20, unfortunately, because it was a hardcore character. And fuck you. You know who you are. You killed me. God damn it, Rick. You killed me. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Did you watch the whole video? Did you only watch your class? What class do you play? And how was it affected? And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.